Well, hello, spring football fans, UFL fans. Well, 2 games in the book. We'll start the first one, which I'm going to spend a lot of time on. The game that was delayed 3 hours because of lightning in Memphis was actually moved from ABC to ESPN Plus and ESPN3 because it conflicted with the doubleheader of ABC with the Panthers and the Stallions. So the Arlington Renegades and their quest to finish for 500, at least for the first time in their franchise history, well, at least this week they can say they have a chance. They win 30-12 over the Memphis Showboats after a whopping 2,044 people packed Liberty Bowl Stadium. E.J. Perry. Don't understand what they see in this guy with A.J. McCann available. I don't get this league whatsoever. 89 yards passing. Luis Perez, 206 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Total yards, 336 to 173 in favor of Arlington. Arlington dominated both the run and the pass. 8 more first downs. Time possession was just about even. Luis Perez, 20 of 30. I told you he had 2 touchdown passes. E.J. Perry, 5 of 11 for 89 yards. Dresser wins, 7-16 for 83 yards. Oh, boy. Really not much to talk about in this game. This game was nothing but pride for the teams, and Renegades came out most of the pride. Taylor Vaughns, once again, 8 receptions for 107 yards, including a 41-yard catch and a touchdown. Deontay Burnett, also a good day, 4 catches, 42 yards, 1 touchdown. Renegades improved to 4-5. They're going to clinch, well, they already clinched 3rd place for the year in the XFL division. The Memphis Showboats go down to 2-7 and remain 1 game out of cellar ahead of the San Antonio Brahmers. All right, enough of that game. Let's get to the game of the day, and could be the game of the weekend. The Michigan Panthers and the Birmingham Stallions. What a game this was once again. And the Michigan Panthers are now 0-6 against the Stallions. They lose 26-22 with just over 10,000 people protective staying to watch this thrilling game, and it was a good game. It was a very good game. It was even down the line. So both teams are now 6-3. Birmingham has a tiebreaker because they won both games this year against the Panthers, and but there's still a way the Panthers could win a division. If Birmingham loses next week and they win their game, the Panthers will be the division champions. If Birmingham wins their game next week, they will be division champions. So at least for a week, we avoid the disaster of what could be Michigan Ford Field not being available, which I'm thankful. This is why I was hoping Birmingham win. I'm hoping when they win next week, they will play the last game of the year against the Showboats on the road. We'll see what happens. Total yards, what a game. 335, 362 in favor of Birmingham. Passing yards, Birmingham won that game. Michigan dominated on the ground, over 100 yards rushing. 22-19 favor first downs for Michigan. Time of possession, 31-29, pretty much even. Bryce Perkins was not playing the game, and I said if he didn't play the game, Birmingham would win. Danny Etling, to his credit, did have a very good game today. He was 23 of 39, 236 yards, 2 touchdowns, not 1 pick. Jamar Smith continues to impress. 21 of 31, 307 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he also had 30 yards rushing. Now you have to say to yourself, Skip Holtz said this is going to be his best team this year. I don't think Skip Holtz anticipated his first 4 quarterbacks getting hurt. You got to ask yourself, even if Alex Magoo is ready, or Matt Corral, or Case Cookers, would you pull J.Mar Smith out right now the way he's playing? I mean, they won already one time with J.Mar Smith. I mean, and he's looking great in his offense. And next week against the Showboats, I would give the job to him. Let him win the playoff job next week against the Showboats. Seeing how well he does. Why would you take out the hot hand? This is not the NFL. K. Johnson, 3 catches, 82 yards. Jillian Camp, 2 catches, 58 yards. There's a lot of big plays in this game. Deion Kane, 4 catches, 55 yards, 2 touchdown passes. CLC Mariner, 5 catches, 115 yards, and a touchdown. But my goodness, what game? This game came down to a goal line stand at the end. The Birmingham defense keeping them out of the end zone once again. And I know these two teams are going to play again in 2 weeks. This time in Protective Stadium, of course. But I really thought Michigan needed to win this game to get that mental block. To go and play this team again in 2 weeks at Protective Stadium, knowing that you're 0-6 against this team. Listen, there is not that much separating these two. But you got to hold Bryce, for Michigan, you got to hold Bryce Perkins is ready. And I think he will. Because if he's in the game, they can easily win. They can win this game. If Danny Etley, I'm going to say it again, I'm not losing sleep over Danny Etley. I know he had a good game today. But I am not losing sleep over Danny Etley. Perkins is going to keep me up. So we'll see what happens next week. Week 10. Michigan will finish at home against the Roughnecks, a tune-up for their playoff game against Birmingham, and Birmingham will be on the road against the Showboats. Now let's get talking about the big story going around in the UFL. Apparently, CEO Brandon has filed for a refresh of 4 trademarks for the USFL. The Tampa Bay Bandits, which I was like, okay, we want to go back there again. The Philadelphia Stars, which didn't surprise me. The New Jersey Generals, which did surprise me because I thought they would want to stay out, even though they want bigger markets for TV. I'm not sure how much they have reserved to play in a big market like that. And they also put in for the Oakland Invaders. Now, seeing the success of the St. Louis Battlehawks and a team that left, not once but twice in NFL City. Now, Oakland, where they lost their team, not once but twice also, the same team, the Raiders. Would they do well? Would there be a success there like there is in St. Louis? To me, it's worth a try. I am not a fan of the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, but being that no one's playing there anymore, I'm sure they'd get it for pretty cheap. The Tampa Bay Bandits, the reason why the Bandits are being brought in the mix, because there's rumors going around that Tom Brady is interested in being an owner. There you go. He lives down here since he's retired from the NFL after playing for the Bucs. So, hey, that can make sense there. The Generals, they need the New York market. Personally, I would wait 1 more year. Bring back the New York Guardians and put them in the new soccer stadium in Queens, New York, and call them New York's only true professional football team, because they would be. That's my idea. That's the way I would go. But with the Generals and the Stars, so you gotta figure with those 4 franchises possibly coming back. I imagine some by relocation of other teams and maybe 2 expansion. Philadelphia would automatically be a rival for the DC Defenders. And so would the New Jersey Generals. If they brought those 2 back, those 3 teams down the line, only a 3.5-hour drive between the 3 of them, that would make sense. Oakland, to me, makes a lot of sense. I would still rather move to San Diego myself. Smaller stadium. Now, if the Stars can get Subaru Stadium, which fits 18,000, and the Generals can get Red Bulls Arena in Harrison, New Jersey, which holds about 25,000, I think that's the way they should go. Now the question is, which 2 teams would be relocated? A lot of people keep saying Birmingham, which would be a total shame considering they've won 3 championships there in a row, and it'd be a total bad look for the league if they did that. And they're back in the playoffs in 2 weeks with a chance for a 4-peat. Do you really relocate them? I would hold off on that. Start the season early in February, because they've had success with the AAF and the World League when they play football earlier. The weather is such where people will go to the games. Houston, which I could see happening. And not for nothing, but because of the merger, the Houston Roughnecks identity has been destroyed. We went from June Jones and PJ Walker, a great fan base and a fun atmosphere, till the Houston Gamblers under C.J. Johnson being rebadged as the Houston Roughnecks, and that's been a total disaster. The question is, what are you moving to? Now, if you want to get the people excited in Oakland, and you want to move Houston there, you got to bring in a different coach. I'm sorry. You got to bring back a former Raider star to coach that team who knows how to coach. That's what I would do. They say Memphis is not going to move because of the owner of FedEx, which is right there based in Memphis. Fred Smith, I guess he's very invested into the team, I guess. But if you're going to draw a season high of 5,300 fans and a season low of just 2,000 fans, I think you tell Fred Smith to go scratch. I'm sorry. And as far as Tampa Bay goes, do we really want to play at Raymond James Stadium? That's a big stadium. Even with Tom Brady being there, what it's going to boil down to is the product on the field. So if I'm relocating anybody, I would definitely do Houston because their identity has been destroyed. Get rid of them. Not get rid of them, relocate them. There's enough talent on the team. If you moved them to Oakland, that would be something. And get a new coach. You have a chance to do very well in Oakland. And I'm sorry, I would move Memphis. And I would move Memphis to... I would move them to Canton. Call them the Ohio Bulldogs, the Canton Bulldogs. Call them what you want. And I'll bring back the Stars and the Generals. In the UFL. The thing is, though, as I'm thinking about right now, I'm not sure how that would work. I guess I would have to put the Ohio Bulldogs in the XFL conference. With expansion. And put the Stars and the Stars, Invaders, and Generals in the USFL conference if it goes that way. Who knows? I am taking this thing with a grain of salt right now. It's exciting to talk about. We could use the juice in the league. But you put your comments down below. I'd like to hear your opinion on this. Great job by the Stallions. We avoid at least for now, one part of that disaster. Hopefully they win out next week. And for the love of football, we'll talk to you tomorrow after the Roughnecks and Defenders.